I am so excited. This is so super exhilarating. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, my new friend, Difo. Welcome to the live stream. I am so excited to be here with you guys. I just want to make sure I got all my settings right. Everything's in place. I think we're doing just fine this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. This is my first live stream. Not quite sure what kind of train wreck we're about to proceed on, but I have all the faith in the world that it should be something interesting, at least entertaining for most of your time. Let me explain a little bit about what my live stream is going to be about. I'd like it to be more about uh, peaceful things, relaxing, unwinding at the end of the week, listening to some mellow music that will begin very soon. I'll be taking letters and questions from Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's KyliePL9, the same KyliePL9 you see right here. Just follow me on Instagram. Hello, Rasham. Welcome to the room, brother. Thank you so much for your support this evening. It really means a lot. I'm about to fire up the show. It's great to have so many people. I'll be honest with you, I really didn't think I would have more than anybody tune in. I know how important your time is, and I really appreciate you all stopping by. It means so much to me. I really hope that I can do something that you guys will all find very interesting. Naya Sneaker Jagged, welcome. I'm probably butchering a lot of these names, but I'll get better as time goes on. I appreciate everybody coming into the room. Welcome all. Let's get started. I think I was explaining that here I'm going to do things that revolve around the zodiac, relationships, love, questions from my subscribers, my new and old alike, and just share so many things that I think we are afraid to show each other and really should talk about. It really is quite impressive that you all would give your time to stop in tonight and support the channel, and it just means so much to me. Emerson, Carlos, hello my friend. Thank you so much. It is just a pleasure to have you join us here tonight. I was just describing to the room that part of what we do is we share, we talk about our problems from the week, or even if you just want to sit back and listen to the music and enjoy yourself. It really is carefree. As you can see, I'm going for a bit of a more different environment, something where you could just relax, listen to what's going on, chime in if you have something to share, and it really is just all for you guys. Uh, as I had said earlier, you can follow me on Instagram if you like, KyliePM9. I'll be taking stories there. And this evening, I'm going to start off with a story I received from a dear friend of mine on Instagram. Hello, Nurul. Welcome to the room. It's a pleasure to have you here with us tonight. I was just about to get into the first story, and I wanted to make sure that everyone knew exactly, kind of, sort of like what we'll be doing here. I think it's really going to be something interesting. And let me start off by sharing this letter that I received from my friend on Instagram. It starts off, "Dear Kylie," that's me. "I'm a 45-year-old single woman by choice. Bravo, she really is a strong woman. And after many years of dating, I have come to the conclusion that the old saying, 'ladies never call a man,' is completely wrong. You know, I agree. I think now that we're in 2020, uh, things should be different. I don't think you should be limited to the old world ways where your parents may have told you you should wait for someone to be more, gentlemanly or ladylike. I just think it makes no sense to me because we all share the same experiences. We all want to be equally involved. I think it's important that we all take part in this dance that we call romance. Let me go on. She goes on to say, too many times I've had a man ask for my phone number and I've waited for him to call. Sometimes he called, yet there were many times when they never followed through. We know this one. We all put ourselves out there, and the person that we meet, we hope they're uh, coming through and, being honest about why they, interacted with us, and unfortunately, that's not always the case. And she goes on to say that then she agonizes over what she may have done wrong. Well, that would be absolutely nothing. Uh, you don't have to be blamed that someone you may have interacted with at work or out in public, a bar or a restaurant or a club, didn't get back to you. It's neither here nor there. It doesn't speak anything about you. It just never meant to be. Let's continue. She has a lot of good points to make. I proofed this and it's quite excellent. She goes on to say, when a woman meets a man she'd like to see again and he takes her number, why shouldn't she feel free to take his too? Exactly. Bravo. It's equal, like we said earlier. If you're a man or a woman and you're attracted to someone, I really don't see any reason why you shouldn't be the aggressor of love. I like that. That's what our channel's about here. It's the quiet storm. It's about love and friendship. It's about meeting and expanding, putting yourself out there, getting to know others. So, yes, you're right. You should be able to freely ask for that other person's phone number and see if you can contact them and not have to wait on them. I see so many people coming into the room. I just want to thank you all. It's a pleasure having you. I'm new at this, and it's going to take me a little time to keep up with everyone. Big snag, big hello. I don't want to distract from the group interacting. I think the subject matter is well worth your discussion. And if you have something to add, by all means, please always chime in and let me know what you're thinking. It's much appreciated. She goes on to say, when a woman meets a man she'd like to see again, she would feel like she'd be able to contact him as well. I agree 100%. So she wants to share an experience with us, and I think it's interesting. I believe probably a lot of us have been in this same situation. She goes on to say she recently met a very attractive man, and they seem to hit it off. I've seen this with many of my colleagues at work and many of the young people that I'm around when I do my photography tell me that they interact with someone and it really goes well, but yet for some reason they don't seem to make that final connection. They never seem to get a hookup outside of the initial meeting. And she goes on to say that her and this gentleman, they hit it off very well, but instead of him taking her number, he insisted that he'll give her his number. And she quite liked that a lot because it gave her control in the situation. It helped her feel as though she was able to make the decision whether she wanted to go forward with contacting him or, not having to wait. If it was something she wanted to pursue right away, well, she could reach out to him as soon as she wanted to. If it was maybe just, I think we may be good friends, but not quite the person I'd like to date, well, that's when you see people usually leave some time in between. Unfortunately, I don't have much experience in this area. I myself have been married for 35 years and been with Rini for 45 years. So one of those childhood sweetheart deals. I guess I've just been very lucky. But she goes on to say she liked that very much. And don't get me wrong, I still like doors open for me, but I prefer to do the calling. I'd like to hear the opinion of a man on this. Don't call me, I'll call you. You know, I like the way she put that. She would like to know, and I would love to know from my audience, um, I would like to know, what do you think about this? Do you feel as though she's right? She should enjoy the privilege of being the one to see if there's more contact coming in the future. She enjoys it. She's not saying she doesn't want to be treated like a lady, but she's just saying that perhaps, you know, it's good to share, to equally be responsible for the contact and the connection. I I agree. I think if there's anyone in the room right now that has some experience in this area, perhaps you've given out your number and waited for that response, or you've, you know, gotten someone's number but never a response. I'd love to know what you think. Uh, is it one-sided still? Is this just ladies don't do things like that? Or have we finally reached a place where it's comfortable? If, you know, you're comfortable with it, I'm comfortable with it. It's the type of thing that I think we all should be comfortable with at this point. I love to see many people joining the room and discussing amongst each other. It's good and makes me very happy to see that more people are involved in what's going on today. They don't feel as though they have to sit back and wait, that they can take control of the situation. I thank my friend. She sent me that letter on Instagram. She just wanted to know a male's opinion. So I know we had a couple of men in the room earlier. Big Snags. What do you think? You like when a girl, you know, takes your number and then gives you a call? Does it relieve you from having to, you know, think it through? Maybe it's some BS. Maybe it was some party game her and her friends were playing. I know it's pretty tough out there today. People don't exactly connect and communicate on the same level. Oh, I see we have more people joining us tonight from all over. I can't be more pleased and more excited. I, I hope everyone's finding our conversation interesting. It's up completely to you guys what you feel comfortable with and what we discuss. This is the Quiet Storm, and here in the Quiet Storm, we we look for peace and tranquility. If you're just joining us, we were discussing whether it's appropriate or not for women to ask for your number and then be the one to contact you. I have a friend that said she likes this a lot. Many times, many men uh, take her number but never get back to her. So we were asking, what's your opinion on this? Would you like it better if women took your number? Let me know. Let's discuss this. I have to say this is my first live stream, and I have quite a lot of respect for all of you in this room who also conduct live streams. It's so complicated, so much going on. It took me a month to prepare. As you can see, I'm going for a more laid-back, tranquil mood. Hopefully I'll get the lighting set. Only time will tell. The audio will get better, I hope. The content, I believe, uh, is so universal that everyone can enjoy it. We were discussing what it is today when someone approaches you, man or woman. Do you feel obligated to be the one waiting for the call, or should you be the one calling? I think many of you have been there in that particular situation. It's very uncomfortable when you're waiting for a call. I think all of us would probably be more comfortable being the person giving the call. Um, but again, we all have for so long been placed in roles that it's hard to break away and really see yourself in a different light. But I can completely understand. I mean, it's it's just it's just who we are, right? We've been brought up a certain way, and those ways are hard to let go of. So I thank my friend. She was very brave to share her point of view with us. She is 45, which is neither here nor there. I think this kind of question transponds age, but again, something to think about, right? Something to discuss. Would you be comfortable uh, getting someone's number and then being the one to call them? Let's let's think about that, and when that comes up, be more be more forward. Maybe just say to the person if you really think you're connecting. You know, I just want to mention that actually men are more afraid and less aggressive than you would think. Most of the time when they act, it's a reaction and not a proaction. And so, if you feel you've made some kind of connection, then by all means, I would offer up my number. I wouldn't, but I'm bold. I understand. The more conservative person may not be comfortable, but go outside that comfort zone for once. Reach out to that person. Let them know you're interested. Little bit goes a long way. So, I believe on the channel and during the live streams, I'm going to try to cover several areas of interest. I'd like to start off, of course, like I did tonight, with letters or instant messages or comments that I feel make an excellent topic to discuss when you're just trying to relax and figure things out. When you're just enjoying a little quiet storm. Maybe it's raining outside and the stars are just shining through and making you think and use your imagination. That's part of what we do here. We want to stretch our imagination like we used to when we were children and enjoy ourselves. So, I've always been interested in astrology, and being the beginning of the year, I think sometimes it's important to embrace things that we may not really believe in. I think belief is a fragile thing, and I think sometimes allowing ourselves to wander and wonder if something other than what we can control may have a part in our life. I get it. We all tend to want to laugh it off, and we see these things in the Daily Sun and the Inquirer, and we say to ourselves, "Oh, what kind of kook would believe in something like that?" But you know, I'm more open-minded, or to be honest with you, I've become more open-minded. I wasn't always this way. It's taken me a while to feel that I don't have to be embarrassed just because I like something other people don't like. If you see me looking down from time to time, it's because I want to continue to always welcome people to the room. I believe here we have a friend, Miss Angela loves killer whales. Oh, a good friend of a good friend of mine, Mr. Tommy Travels, one of the hardest working gentlemen on YouTube. He has been a mentor and an inspiration for me. Uh, he has helped me from the very beginning. So now there is uh, an explanation. Welcome, my friends. Of course, it would have to be something planned by my good friend, Mr. Tommy. He said he would have my room raided and have all of his friends and beloved live stream buddies come on in, and here we are. He's always a man of his word. Works hard, plays hard, delivers excellent content. Ah, TR Nara, welcome. It's wonderful. Angela loves killer whales. I've seen her before in Tommy's room. I've seen her on the live stream. Uh, it's so good to be embraced by everyone. You've picked a wonderful time to join us. I was just getting into the next phase of what I'd like to do here on my live streams and embrace a little bit of the zodiac. Earlier, we had a letter from one of my Instagram subscribers and was asking some questions that how dating should change, and she likes to get numbers instead of give her numbers. Uh, I think it's a valid question, and we all agreed that uh, it's pretty good to be the person in control. My goodness, I'm feeling all this love. Lisa Gibson, Avenger RB Adventure. It's welcome to the room. It's overwhelming. Uh, when Tommy says he's going to have your room rated, Tommy's not kidding. Welcome everybody. It's a pleasure to have you along. We're about to go into our section of the live stream where I want to discuss a little bit of the zodiac with everyone. I think being part of the new year, we can look forward and see if there are things that perhaps we can bring along with us. Right now, it's January. It's time for our friends Capricorn to be in the spotlight. So, as we can see, 2020 will be nothing short of spectacular for my friends that are Capricorn. There's seriously so much going on, I don't know where to begin. There's no way that as a person you're going to be flying under the radar. It starts off when you have Saturn and Pluto conjunct and come together on the 12th of January. It really helps your sign and empowers you in certain areas of your life. I have to say hello to all my new friends. It's such an honor to have you along. I'm going to do my best to keep everyone entertained. And Mr. Azarquoff, hello. I'm a butcher with names, so if I get it wrong, please forgive me. I will get better at it. A big hello and thank you so much to my friend at Tommy Travels. He's always been an inspiration to me, and to see all you guys here, it's just overwhelming. Thank you. Getting back to what we were discussing, I was reading how it's going to be such a fantastic year for my friends that are under the sign of Capricorn. You're going to recognize that the old way in your life may be changing, and that you may want to actually consider leaving the old ways and starting the new ways. Something that you didn't think would be in your power, but will be. Your ambitions will be delivered upon. Hello, Judy Wilcox. Hello, Chrysler Imperial H. It's a wonder to see you. Here is my good friend Tommy from Tommy Travels. A big hello and thank you for all you've done for me tonight. It's so empowering to see so many people give me the support on my Virgin Run for a live stream. I apologize in advance to everyone. It's going to be a little missteppy, a little here, there, still working out the kinks on lighting, and hopefully audio isn't too much of a attrition, but I know Tommy's good friends have all come out because he's asked them to, and he supports them, and like I've mentioned earlier, he is considered to be my mentor here on YouTube. I was following him long before I started making videos, and couldn't see myself making videos without all of his guidance and counseling. I've only decided to live stream because he's given me the courage to do so, and I am just overwhelmed and so thankful that everybody's come out tonight and join us here on The Quiet Storm. I look forward to entertaining you all so many times in the future. It's great to have so many new friends, and I can't tell you the overpowering love that I feel right now, which is really what the room is about. Continuing on, it's time as a Capricorn to cut the loose, the old, and embrace thou the new. Triumph will come for you in 2020, my friend Capricorn. You may not see it now in January, but surely throughout the year, when the stars align, you'll be able to enjoy and reap the benefits of your sign. I always think it's interesting how people try to put together the stars and their future. I am not a naysayer, but I can't say I let it rule my life. I take everything with a grain, you know what I mean? It's best to do it that way. I think that its positive message is super encouraging and just the type of thing that, you know, can definitely help inspire us, help maybe be a small resource perhaps in moving forward. It's something that I think warrants reflection. I wouldn't guide my life by such a manner, but I'm open. I see we have so many people in the room. Looks like everybody knows each other. What do you think? What's your opinion, everyone? Big welcome, big shout out to everybody. I'm a little bit new at this. Take me a while to be savvy, both being able to keep up typing and being able to communicate. Hey, I'm not that big of a multitasker. You got to give me a little bit of a break every now and then. But what do you guys think? Is this the type of thing that you have and you use? Are you a zodiac person? Do you follow the stars? I used to get up every morning and read my horoscope and then look out for those things. Interesting the way we change as we get older, right? I used to be super superstitious. Now I'm a little too lazy to be superstitious, but still some things I don't let go of. My goodness, you live streamers, it's quite a talent. It's multitasking. It's being able to keep up your audio. It's monitoring all your systems like on Star Trek. I have a profound new deep respect for what you guys do. Just to be transparent, I'm a little bit slow along coming. I've been playing with this for a month. I'm still unhappy with the lighting. That looks like it'll take me another month. I won't know what the audio's like until I do a playback myself. I'm sure it needs massive amount of tweaking, but I don't know how you guys do it. You all deliver such a quality product every time out. You keep it interesting. You have it moving along. You have a beautiful network of support. I am just blown away. Sasuke Gamer, that is another good friend of mine. His channel is outstanding. See, one of the things I love about this particular community in general, not just my own subscribers, but all these ones I see here tonight, the amount of talent in the room is, I'll be honest with you, Rini gets upset with me simply because of the amount of time I put in, because I just cannot, absolutely cannot stop consuming content. I'm on it, work, here, home, you name it. People like Sasuke and Lisa and Tommy, I don't see any gain of watching network entertainment when I can, consume such quality content from people here on YouTube. And it's one of the reasons that I became, I used to say a wannabe creator, and now I really want to be a creator. I thought it'd get easier as my numbers grew. I was completely wrong. It's become, way harder than I could have ever imagined. Just trying to keep up with with guys like you, and being able to stream and trying to stream and make time, it's it's more than a full-time job. So kudos to you all, my friends. Like I said, I want the stream to be something a little more off the beaten path, the kind of place where you go when you just want to maybe get a laugh, or just would enjoy interacting with some of your other colleagues here on YouTube and some of my YouTube fam, and make some new fam. But I had this vision. I think I'm a bit OCD, probably a lot like most of you out there. I think that's what drives us to make this content. And in that vision, I wanted to share so many different things, all the things that I really don't find time to share in my regular content on my channel, KyliePL9. If you want to subscribe, shameless plug, can't help it. Always the adamant salesman. But I thought I'd like to go into something that I've recently made a video about, something that I find very important that I don't think a lot of us spend much time on anymore, and we definitely should. It's our mental health. Here on the channel, especially when we're discussing topics on the Quiet Storm, I like to believe that we can disconnect from the political society that's out there, religion, ill will towards others, and maybe find a safe place here, a place where we can help boost our own self-esteem. Part of what I used to do when I was a student and I was working full-time, several jobs, so I could raise my kids, and trying to, elevate myself and get a higher position and a better pay. And one of the things I found that is that you must believe in yourself, and you must believe that what you're doing and what you're about has worth. I believe a positive affirmation gives you the ability to build and believe in yourself. So as part of what I like to do here, when I stream, and I have the chance to be surrounded by so much talent and so many people that I know put 99.9% of their life into this creation that we call YouTube, is share an affirmation. Just to take a few moments, maybe 5 minutes or so, and give each other and ourselves that positive inner feeding that we need to help create. I was sitting outside today, and I know I wanted to be able to at least provide 1 hour of content the first time I live stream. I've watched many of your channels and your live streams, and tried to learn and pick up from you guys, and it's very difficult to fill 60 minutes with interesting content that isn't rambling on. So I thought if I could stay with a couple of bullet points and share with you some of the things that I know we never really get into when we're so busy creating our content, that it would be a moment for you, the creator, for ourselves, for the food of the soul. So I used to start my day with a saying or an affirmation, and I'd like to say tonight that if you have a moment later on before you go to bed, or if you're just getting up, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know I have subscribers and new friends from all around the world, and I think it's very important that we do an affirmation to help feed ourselves. And these are one of the sayings that I used to find very helpful, and perhaps one day it may come to you in a moment where you need a little kick in the pants. I was sitting outside today and I was just devoid of what I could do as an idea to share with you because I have so much going on. But you know, um, I just I just want to be able to convey something that's worthy of your time. And so I used to say this to myself when I was in school, and I found it very, very helpful. Um, I practice patience, understanding, and compassion with others as well as myself. You see, you can't help and be effective with others if you are not with yourself. I would believe that taking the time and effort that you give your family and you give your fellow YouTubers is well worth taking that same time and feeding yourself, feeding your inner soul, giving to yourself a moment to pat yourself on the back. You work super hard, you give everything you have, and you know, for your mental well-being, for your mental health, you you must maintain a balance. You know, I've said it on my channel before. It's much like a battery. You have only so much to give. You feel as though it's infinite and you can continue to draw from here and draw from there. But in the end, if there's no way for you to replenish yourself, if there's no pat on the back and step back to admire your accomplishments, you're going to miss the glory of everything you've done. You're going to cheat yourself of the success that you've been looking for. So, if you have a moment every day, take some time to, think of a song that inspires you and gives you that affirmation. Or, or look up a quote of the day. Get yourself a nice quote of the day calendar. Yeah, I know, sounds very boomer, but in all honesty, nothing wrong with being a bit of a boomer. We built this world, you know what I mean? They can learn from us, we learn from them. What a great place. But I know in my own life, I'm always on the run. It's 24 hours a day. You know, I squeeze my sleep in. I don't take any time whatsoever to smell the roses. I make excuses as to why I can't get things done, and that's just not healthy. So I'd like to hear from you guys. Who's ever left after my boring speech? I can just imagine. What do you think? Is affirmation something that you believe can benefit you? Is affirmation something that has credence in your world? Do you know people that need support, that don't give themselves enough credit? I certainly see them every day when I'm online. Our room is plentiful, but our forgiveness for ourselves is in very short supply. I'm always overwhelmed when I see how much time and effort people put into supporting others here on YouTube, and then I can see that they're totally run down some days, and they're still building their content and making it happen. It's more than inspirational. It's unbelievable. I think that part of your daily routine should always be to get up in the morning and give yourself a big pat on the back. I try to make it my personal responsibility to always thank every creator's channel I go to. We have a new friend, not a new friend, but a new friend this evening, Mr. Muhammad Ali. Welcome, Muhammad. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it may or may not be the most convenient time of night, but it is definitely very appreciated. I've been following his channel for quite some time, and if you don't know him, you're definitely missing out. Stop by, you're going to be very entertained. We were just talking about how we need to have an affirmation for ourselves, how we always make time for others and give 100% and save nothing in the tank for, number one. I don't think it's such a bad thing to consider yourself number one. Without you believing in you, it's going to be very hard to succeed and move on. So let's just always slow down, whether it's early in the morning or late in the evening, picking up the kids, maybe during your editing. Just find the time to break away and say something super positive about your work. Me, I'm very OCD. When it comes to my photography, when it comes to my video making, it's taking me 2 months. My good friend Tommy begged me to go ahead and live stream a long time ago. It's taken me that much months to put together a product that I could be comfortable sharing with people when I should just put myself out there like I tell everyone else. Self-improvement is the hardest thing to do. What do you think? Do you have an easy time with self-improvement? I certainly don't. I analyze every little microscopic thing that I'm going to do to death. And counterproductive, right? Supposed to be coming out of the comfort zone here. Viva Angel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Welcome to the Quiet Storm. It's wonderful to see you in the room tonight. I think that I just am overwhelmed by the response. I really didn't think I'd receive more than 1 or 2 views. I know Tommy's always delivering well above and beyond things that he promises because he's super A-type personality and driven. But, doing this at midnight wasn't very convenient. So the love and support in the room, outstanding. I see that we have some other people joining us. I have to apologize in advance. I am most horrible with names, but I promise as time goes on, I will learn how to pronounce everyone's name correctly. And it's just, again, I don't think I'm built for live streaming like you guys. The amount of multitasking and looking away from the camera is just so much to keep up with. Live and learn. Live stream virgins. We noobs. You guys must laugh. That's what I said. If anything, at least you guys can get a good laugh out of this, right? Now, I did have one more thing I wanted to share in this stream this evening. I think that part of the Quiet Storm's personality, and that's what we're growing here, is a new personality, is in our gentle way also giving back. I always find that when I can give back to my community, when I can make time to share with others my good fortune, it gives me a new level of inspiration that makes my content better, that helps me be better. And I know it's very hard to, break away an extra avenue of time for something else. But I thought I'd like to do something that transcends both my live stream and my channel. Something where I can give back in a way that would be entertaining not only to you guys, but give something to society, a little bit of hope, a little bit of what we don't have anymore, a little bit of giving from the soul, giving from the heart. And like I told you, I was struggling today with inspiration because I hadn't sat back and given myself enough time to enjoy my success here on YouTube. I've only been on the platform little over, going on a year soon, and I've had such great success. My sponsors like Amazon and Footkicks and enables me to make the content I want to make. Monetization is always something's on everybody's mind. I think that's something, of course, I can't tell you that I don't think about every day. I want that ad to pop up, but it isn't for revenue's sake. It's for a personal goal that I promised myself I would achieve this year. And I'm not going to let that define me. YouTube has been up to their old shenanigans. If you'd like to see a video on that, you can go to the Kylie PL9 channel and watch Era YouTube, What's Going On. It's where I go in depth into the algorithms era lately and how it's been a major setback to you and me both, and how we're able to reach that 4,000. I always thought 100,000 was the goal. How'd I realize now 4,000 would be the goal? But that's straying away from what we do here. We don't obsess on the quiet storm. We actually depress. We decompress. We unwind. We let that stress of the day go. And in that spirit, I'm so glad I was able to get to everything this evening. I have in my hand an idea that I thought about that really set me back on the path to feeling inspirational about what's going on here on YouTube again. I saw it from, of course, Mr. Beast. Who wouldn't be impressed? The man planted, 20 million trees in 1 year? I hope one day to be able to touch the lives of that many people, that I can get a team together at that level. I'm still a red M&M. But taking from Mr. Beast's inspiration, we always taught my daughter the story of Johnny Appleseed. And as an adult, she always questioned whether it was true or not. We looked into it. We come to find out he was a real man. He did in fact go across the country, not quite in the mythical fashion of putting a seed in every state and starting the outbreak of apple trees everywhere, but in the spirit of wanting to build an empire based on apples and having factories and refineries and orchards all across the country. And thinking about my daughter recently, she was here for Christmas, and thinking about great Americans like Johnny Appleseed and Uncle Sam and, George Washington, people that did things selflessly, not because they were easy and not because they could benefit from directly. I decided that I would do a crossover bit I call giving. And in giving, we grow. We open ourselves up and expand. And so I have decided to embrace and give of myself the Johnny Appleseed story. Oh, interesting, right? Let me know what you think in the comments. What I'm going to do, basically, my friends, is I am going to plant 12 apple trees in 12 different... Starting to get a little tongue-tied. This is the skill you guys have that I'm still working on. There's no take two, but let's continue. I plan on planting 12 apple trees in 12 national parks around the country in the United States, and filming each one, making it sub-part of a video on my regular channel, and then checking in on his progress here on the live stream to share with you guys. I will be traveling around the country this year. I have a few things to do with graduations and visits, and my travel schedule begins in the spring. And I just think it'd be interesting to see if I can be a junior Johnny Appleseed. What do you think? Sound interesting? Is there a giving aspect that you'd like to bring to your life? Do you feel very rewarded when you volunteer at church or help the elderly? I have to tell you, I'm a bit selfish because I really do enjoy helping others. I was in Walmart the other day, one of my favorite places of all time to visit and hang out. A bit of a Walmart stalker, I would guess. But I was in Walmart and there was an elderly lady in her cart. There was no way she was reaching the shelf. She's about to dump a bunch on her. Stuff from Christmas. I stepped in, I gave her a helping hand. Made me feel great. So, that's what led to giving. I think in giving, we'll all feel a little better about ourselves, and we'll all have something to share, something of worth to tell people that, you know, maybe maybe inspire them to also help clean up their community or plant a tree or be nice to a senior. I don't know. I think we're lacking a lot of the old ways, again, that were really advantageous for society, where we can discuss things and be open and help and, just be darn nice to each other. Well, my friends, I can see by the clock on the wall I've been successful this evening in rambling on for just about an hour. Didn't think I'd be able to do it. Thank you, Tommy Travels, Lisa Gibson, all the friends from that network. I've seen you guys. You are an amazing, amazing group of YouTubers who really up the game and really bring another level of support. I am honored to be endowed with the graces of your fantastic talent, and for sure will be showing my support every time possible and every time impossible to make it there with you. But again, this is the Quiet Storm. Here, you can just stalk us, you can share your thoughts, be part of the conversation. If you have an idea, if you have a question, if there's something you'd like to share, you can reach me on Instagram, KyliePL9. You can hit my channel up right here on YouTube, KyliePL9. It's always a pleasure to hear from you guys. I love to discuss what's on your mind. I'd like to thank my friend on Instagram. Don't call me, I'll call you. She was brave in sharing her thoughts. Let me know if you're interested in anything in particular in the Zodiac. I'd be happy to look that up and share it with you. And as always, love, peace, happiness, joy to everyone. Good night from the Quiet Storm.